Hello, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Wingervasio, and today we're going to be covering Chapter 9, Lesson 9.2, Surface Area of a Pyramid. Reference pages can be found in your Google Classroom 9.2, pages 364 to 365. Again, in this chapter, there's going to be lots of formulas for you to use and calculate, so make sure you copy down all the formulas that I give you in this chapter, okay? All right, so we're going to start off with talking about what a pyramid is. So in the next slide, I'm going to show you what a pyramid is. A pyramid can come in many different forms. Now, all of their face though, all of their face will be triangular. So triangle, 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 triangle. But what is different about each of these is that their bases are different. So for example, I have the base of the first one. It's a triangular base because it has a bottom that is a triangle. This one, the bottom is a square. This one, a hexagonal base because the bottom is a hexagon. So you can call these all pyramids, but each of these have particular names because it depends on their base. Now, they all have a vertex, so the vertex is usually the top. So do me a favor, if you can quickly sketch this particular one, they will be all the same. So just sketch this one. That's the vertex, vertex, vertex. Again, each of the triangles are considered the face, okay? And then the bottom would be the base. Now, to find the height of a triangle, it's never ever the tracing out edge, trace the outer edge of the triangle that you trace. So it's not this. That's never ever a height. Okay? A height has to be from the top of the vertex straight down to the middle. Top of the vertex straight down to the middle. So that would be a height. So take a look at this example that I asked you to draw. Top of the vertex straight down to the middle. It will never ever be a slant line along or around the triangle, never. So it has to be top to the bottom. Okay, so very important about the height. So make sure you maybe put a star in this one. This one's the one that's going to confuse a lot of students. Okay, all right. So now that you know the parts of a pyramid, let's go ahead and look at some real life examples. So here are some examples of some pyramids around the world. You can just look at this really quick. You don't have to copy it down, but I'd just like to share with you some pyramids that you can see around the world. We have some from Egypt, Paris, Rome, and Edmonton. Okay? All right. Now, this particular pyramid is a special one too. So can you figure out what the base is? Let's see. Believe it or not, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I know it doesn't look like it, but this is an 8-sided figure. Do you know a 8-sided figure's name? It is called a octagon. So since it's an octagon, we will call this an octagonal pyramid. So octagonal pyramid. Just like a hexagonal pyramid, this is an octagonal pyramid. Okay? Now, do you notice a pyramid? Do you notice how the height, again, is never the outside of the triangle, the slant? It's always from the vertex straight down to the middle. So if you look at this triangle, there's the triangle, vertex to the middle, okay? And you notice how this is always 90 degrees. So here's some more examples. This is going to be a square pyramid, and this is going to be, it looks like a triangular pyramid. So these are just examples that I would like to share with you. All right, let's go ahead now talk about the formula you shall use. So do me a favor, if you can copy down the following formula. Surface area. Surface area for a pyramid is going to be area of a base plus area of the faces. Now the bases, does the base always have to be the same? No, the bases are, I'm going to put here, are different. I'm going to put can, or actually let me type it. It can be different. So bases here could be different. So I'm going to go ahead and type it. Can be different. So it can be different. It could be a square. I'll put some example. It could be a square. It could be a triangle. It could be any shape, triangle. Okay, any shape that you can think of for the base. But the face will always be a triangle. So the face, I'm going to put right here, the face will always be a triangle. So always a triangle. I'll put here, always a triangle. So do me a favor, if you can copy down what I'm going to highlight in yellow, everything you see, or yeah, yellow, everything you see here. Okay? If you want, you can draw that diagram, but you don't have to. Just follow along with me so you can understand. Again, slant height, or the height, is always going to be the top of the vertex to the bottom. That's a height. Very important you know what a height is. It's going to be from the top straight down, not the outside, okay? Straight down. So let me show you straight down. Then the base is in the middle. You all know that. And then we have the faces here. Now, the face in this one is 1, 2, 3, 4. But it doesn't necessarily have to have 4 because what if you have an octagon? Then it has how many sides? 8. So it would have 8 faces. So the faces, how many you have depends on what the shape of the base is. If you have a triangular base, how many faces do you have? 1, 2, 3. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Let's go ahead now and I'm going to have you go ahead and practice an example with me. So I'm going to go ahead and cut and paste this formula so we can have it for the next one. So in this one, it says here to find the surface area of a regular pyramid. So first of all, do you know, oh, where did my formula go? So let me go ahead and area of a base plus area of lateral faces. Let me just go ahead and write that in the next area of face plus area of what, everybody? Area of face. Oops. Area of base. Let me change that to base. Okay, so make sure you remember how we're using this formula. Let me put that here and put that here. And they're going to be combined, meaning add. Okay, so what is our base? We need to figure out what our base is. Our base will be a square, it looks like, because it's a 5 by 5. So if it's a square, we're going to go ahead and take the 5 for find the area of the base. It's a 5 by 5. How do I know? Because it's length times width. Okay, so a 5 by 5. A 5 by 5 is going to give you 25. So I'll put 25 here. I'm going to go ahead and put width right here. Width. And then we have here the area of the face. So do you know what shape this is? The face looks like it's a triangle. So for the triangle, the formula is going to be, for the triangle, it's going to be 1/2. Again, do you notice it says face is always a triangle? 1/2, 1/2 base times height. Okay, now we need to look what's the base of this triangle. It's going to be a 5. So base is 5. What's the height? Height is going to be 8. So 5 times 8 and then times 1/2. So it's really not that difficult for this lesson as long as you know what the area formula for an area of a triangle and as long as you know the formula for the area of your base. Then you add it. So 5 times 8 is 40. Half of 40 is going to be 20. So we have here our final answer on this side is 20. You take your 20, you take your 25, and you add it. So we have 25 plus 20. Okay, so 25 plus 20 is going to give you 20, 30, 45. So that's going to be, 45 is going to be the area. It's only going to be the area of one of the faces. So let me go back to this. I'm going to say this is not the correct answer. Now, I'm going to go ahead and, I'm going to go ahead and erase this really quick. 20 would be our answer for just the triangle piece for one. But how many faces do you think this shape has? Let's count. We have one in the front, one in the back, one in the back here, and then one on the side. So that's 4 faces. So we're going to take this 20 and multiply it by 4. Why do we multiply by 4? Because there's 4 of the triangle faces. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 20 times 4 is going to give you 100. Okay? So 20 times 4 is not going to give you 20 times 4 is going to give you 80. I apologize. And then you take the 80 and you add it with the 25, and that's going to give you your final answer of 105. Again, make sure you take this 20 and times it by 4 because you need to make sure that you do the 4 triangle sides. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and have you try this one example on your own. Go ahead and read it carefully. Pause it if you need to more time to solve it. Okay? And then we'll go ahead and move on to the next one when you're done. All right. In this next example, example 2, I'm going to go ahead and put example 2. In example 2, it says here, now we're going to find the surface area of a regular pyramid. So for this regular pyramid, this time, do you notice that the base, it's not a square, but now you have a base that is I'll go ahead and trace it. Looks like this base is a triangle. So again, what's the formula of the base? It's going to be surface area of this shape. It's going to be area of base plus area of face. So what's the area of the base? Well, what's the base shape? The base is going to be a triangle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write 1/2 base times height for my triangle. And the face is also a triangle. So 1/2 base times height. Okay, and then we're going to add them together. So for this one, my base is going to be, well, let's see. It looks like my base is going to be 10 because it says 10 here, and it looks like all around is 10. So we have here the base is going to be 10. So it looks like the base is not, I'm sorry, not all the way around, just here. The base is 10. So let me undo that really quick so you can see. So, okay, so the base is 10 for the area of the base. So base is 10. Height, again, is going to be the line right there. Is pointing at 8.7. So we're going to say times 8.7. And then times a half. So let me put the times in there, times. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take half of 10. Half of 10 is 5. And then I'm going to say 5 times 8.7. And that's going to give me the area of, hang on 1 second, times 5, the area of just the triangular base. So that's going to be 43.5. 43.5. Again, that's just for the area of the base. Now we have the triangular faces. How many faces do you think we're going to have for this one? Let me go ahead and erase this. We are going to have, count with me, we're going to have 1, 2, 3 in the back. 3 faces. So I need to know what the base is. So it looks like the base for this one is also going to be a 10. Okay, so it's going to be a 10, and then it looks like the outside triangle, the height is going to be a 14. So 10 by 14. So I'm going to put 10 times 14 and then times a half. Again, I'm going to multiply my 10 by a half. That's 5. And then I'm going to say 5. And then 5 times 14, I'm going to say 5 times 14 is 70. So I'm going to put 70 right here. Now stop. This is just for one triangular face. We have 3 though, so I'm going to multiply this by 3. So we have 70 times 3 is going to give us 210. And then after that, I'm going to take this 210 and I'm going to take this 43.5 and I'm going to combine it. And that's going to give me my final surface area of this pyramid. So 210 plus 43.5 is going to give us the final answer of 253.5. Okay, so I would like for you now to go ahead and go ahead and try the on your own and do numbers 2 and 3. And if there's something that you didn't understand in the last part, go ahead and pause it and watch it again. Again, it takes practice to this. We really got to look at the pictures very carefully at every angle. Okay? All right, here's some more practice I'd like for you to do. Make sure you scroll down if you need, okay? So, or not scroll down, but watch the whole video because number 10 is cut off. So here's more practice. Call this number 4, number 7, and number 10. So I would like for you to find the surface area of each of this pyramid. So number 4, 7, and then also number 10. Let me scroll number 10. So here's 10, 4, 7, and 10. Again, look at every piece very carefully. All you're doing is figuring out the base and then the faces, and then combine them. Okay, exit ticket. If you can do me a favor, go ahead and answer this on the same page of your on your own. Again, any questions you have in this lesson, please ask them tomorrow in class and make sure you look at the pictures very carefully. Okay, have a great day.